Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you're at. And welcome to Virtual Scotland. Hope everyone is well. Happy Thursday. We're this much closer to the weekend. Hope you're all doing well. So, the East USA server seems to still be having the same issues it was having on Wednesday, where nobody shows up. So we're using the North Europe server as a backup. So just so you know, as a NOTAM, notice to airman. Hope you're all well again. So Allison Johnson is here. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling a little bit better after taking some rest today. Catbat9 is here. Hello, hello. Wayland 2021 is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Noel K is here. Good to see you. Dougal McTavish is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Ben McClure, good evening to you. Noel will be popping in and out, currently watching NASA. Hopefully successful landing on us. Nice. Scotland 737 project is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Mr. Captain Epic Flying, you should call yourself. Fly Darren is in. Good to see you. You caught me earlier doing some testing. Merlin Flyer is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Much better display on Twitch, so it... Yeah, I think Twitch does a better, crisper job. YouTube likes to add a lot of compression for some reason. This has been Newcastle as a heads up, you can go under the... Aha. Google's reloading. Ken Grolian is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. WB1990 is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Goblin is here. We'll be in tonight also watching some NASA. Mars. Ooh, that's awesome. Still resting. Resting is a good thing, Allison. Hopefully it passes by soon. Red Pilot Randy is in. Hello, everyone. Hello to you as well. Hope you're well. Floyd Ricks is here. Good to see you. War Hamster is here. Eating dinner. Be flying in a while. Sweet. So yeah, I wanted to continue exploring the UK Ireland update, and I thought, I haven't spent a whole lot of time up in Scotland, so let's fly in Scotland. And one of the things that always pops into my mind with Scotland is the Skyfall Ranch from James Bond. Pardon me. As Sheeny Train is in, good to see you, Ed. Hope you're well. Frozen's here. Good to see you. So we're on our first leg. We're gonna fly across some of the lovely mountains up in Scotland. We'll try to find and fly over the filming location for the Skyfall Ranch, as seen in the movie Skyfall, 007 Bond film. From there, we'll head south to see some more of the scenery. We'll fly over Cambeltown and land at Castle Kennedy. I almost want to say Cape Canaveral or something. Kennedy Space Center. It's Castle Kennedy. And once we head off there, we'll be heading to Newcastle, just to kind of get a little bit of northern Britain in the mix. So yeah, we're going to have a nice flight. The scenery is just amazing up here. All the terrain and whatnot. It's just stunning, really. Let's see. Switch back to YouTube. Twitch not loading properly. Am I the only person that keeps accidentally hitting the Y key in the sim? I've done pressing of the buttons in chat while I've been meaning to do something in sim. So yeah, so I put in. You may have noticed in the flight sim description that I put either I was purposely vague on or well in the Discord post I put Piper PA-44 Seminole or similar. I have to come clean. It was a bit of a lie because today we're flying the long E's. Derived from the very E's, includes a more wing surface area, among other improvements. But it's a fun little airplane to fly, and you don't see it often flown on stream. So I thought, you know what? I need to not only do I need to spend more time with it, but why not do it on a stream so I can make myself like a complete fool. Dougal says, "Oh, you bad boy." Well, you know. Oh yeah, no, the amount of visibility in this is nuts. I was doing a little bit of flying last night with Hamster, and it's just incredible how much visibility you have. Spirit with the reactivity, not much. I haven't. I wonder if the sun will fly slowly. Actually, this thing will cruise 140, 150 easy. So it's not as slow as people want to make it seem. Oh yeah, no, the Seminole will be fine. Mooney should be fine. The 172 may be slow. I don't know what the advertised one is, but I was on doing my flying last night. I was at about 60 to 70% power with mixture and leaned a bit at 3,000 feet. I was doing somewhere between 140 and 150 knots indicated. Yeah, because even on the Wikipedia page, the cruise speed's pretty high. It's at least like 163. So no, it's faster than that something makes it look. It's pretty quick. Kingsman 9965 is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Yeah. At the very first iteration, the very E's had a much slower engine. The very first version had a converted VW engine. This one's I think it's either a Continental or a Lycoming, and it's pretty sporty. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Well, that's unfortunate, Kingsman, but I'm glad you're here anyway. It's add-on. It's I believe it's from India Fox Echo. It's available in the in-sim marketplace. It's like 16 or 17 pounds. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started. So we're gonna get in the cockpit. We're going to close the can of peas so you can see the visibility in this thing is just off the hook. So mags on. There's no beacon, so we'll use the strobes. Turn on the nav lights. Mixture. Use this one. Mixture. Actually, we do that. So we can do this. Do that. So we'll crack the throttle a little bit and clear prop. And it helps if you turn the fuel on. And it's quiet. It's very quiet from the inside, especially at low RPMs. About the TNCM Martine scenery today. Really nice. Have to check it out. 15 pounds, says Warhamster. Knew it was somewhere right around there. Yeah, I like it. An 0320 Lycoming. That makes sense. Either way, it's sporty. It's fun and it's inexpensive. So it's really a blast to fly. It has a heater, so I think it should be able to defog with icing. You're gonna be real slow in that 152. Okay, avionics go on. And it has a retractable nose gear. So without further ado, we're going to start making our way to the runway for departure. In fact, you can barely hear it over the... You probably hear the music over the engine, so we'll turn the music down a wee bit. Bonanza should be fine. So it is a fun little airplane. It doesn't have a fast roll rate, but it'll turn once you get it angled the way you want it. The bearing's going to be super fast. One of the only things that people have wanted, and I could see a need for, is a rudimentary autopilot, but I don't think it's vital. Hand flying is generally more fun anyway. It also does not have a parking brake. We have the time set to just about 8 a.m. in the sim. And there goes an F-15. So we'll get down here to the end of the runway. It will not turn if you're going too fast for taxiing. So we'll make sure everybody's here and ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get rolling, and we'll take off. It's real quiet. In fact, I'm not sure that it's picking up anything at all. There we go. So we'll bring the nose wheel up. It is a bit sensitive on pitch, but it just all that is taking some used to getting flying. Yeah, OBS was being silly, so I fixed it. Give it a moment. It is the Rutan Long Ease. Just about the cap at 9, just about the Longies as a driving ahead of the real thing. Let's see. I like it. I bought it just because it's a neat airplane. And it definitely takes a lot of getting used to with the canard dynamics. It's different. I wouldn't say in a bad way. It kind of does, doesn't it? But the amount of visibility you have is just through the roof. Now, part of the reason why it is so quiet is because the engine's in the back as opposed to the front. It's in the range of Bonanzas, Seminole. Like, I'm sitting at about 70-75% power climbing, and I'm doing 140 indicated. Yeah, it just takes it's just a little different. And fun fact, when it's parked on the ground, since it has no parking brake, you basically retract the nose gear and it just rests on its nose. Someone is just a flight a few years ago. It amused me for at least an hour. Yeah, it's a very unique design. Well, hello there. We have a second one. I'm going to assume that is the Hammy. So, Hammy was helping me out with the flight plan last night. I decided on ending at Newcastle because, well, I felt like trying to cheer up Allison a little bit, who's a bit under the weather, while still exploring much of Scotland because of the update. Well, I said spitting a P-28 on my wish list. Believe me, the spit and the, to a lesser degree, the PA-28 are on my list as well. Of course. Yeah, Spit is much higher on the priority list and should be out much sooner than the Arrow. So just look at the scenery. We'll go ahead and hide me. Yep, 100%. Goblins in the Piaggio. Hopefully they update that soon so it doesn't have the multiplayer cloaking device. Because that thing is beyond annoying. because it makes it, you know, you want to see people. Yeah, see, there's... Okay, those might be two separate fireflies. But yeah, it's a fun little airplane. It's not that expensive. It comes with a nice selection of different liveries. It takes a little bit of getting used to flying wise. I think it's rather well done. I've been looking out for crop circles near Wilshire and all those places, but nothing so far. Interesting. How's the sim update now? I'm getting better performance in general. I was able to turn a couple of settings up that I had previously turned down. Although it's still, and it's cooperating better with OBS, which is always a challenge anyway, but it's a little more cooperative. Couple of small crop circles near Stonehenge. Nice. Catbat 9 is loading in. Two-Tone Murphy's in the house. Good evening, Colonel Fortinchak. Oh my, it's an invasion. The long ease is straight out of the sci-fi movie. Awesome to fly in. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And it's the visibility is just unparalleled. You know, you've got all of the visibility in the world in this thing. All you could want and more. It's kind of another one of those airplanes that doesn't get enough attention on streams. So I decided, you know what, I'll fly it. Wayland, be sure you're on the North Europe server. The East USA server is being buggy. So we've migrated to the North Europe server. Yeah, it is kind of straight out of the Jetsons to a degree. It does not fold into a briefcase, though. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch tanks. That's off. I don't want off. There we go. One small improvement that could be made is make the fuel cutoff switch work a little better. Just wish. I get that, but it's a design thing. You're talking about spring steel that both make it simpler, lighter, less complicated for maintenance, and it's hard to get those to just retract. So it just kind of is what it is. Tally-ho indeed. The funny you say that. Warhamster said the same thing. That's basically just to confirm that you've got the nose gear up. That it's either retracted or extended fully. Cooper Pete's in. Finally, a long ease stream. Sweet. Well, glad you're looking forward to it. I decided that it didn't get enough love for as fun as it is to fly. So I thought I'd take it up. Ooh, we got 2. Nice. So we've got 3 long eases. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's you're talking about a guy that was just a visionary of aerodynamics. Dude designed spacecraft. You know, the use of fiberglass and stuff, and this thing was, you know, around in the early 80s. And this, of course, was the improved version of the Very Ease. It's designed by Rutan. Not necessarily a manufacturer. I think they're basically a home built. So basically, you'd buy the plans and materials and build it yourself. Oh, why are we diving? It's kind of like back in the they're kind of an earlier version of the way Van's aircraft is, except for Van's will actually sell full airplanes as well as, you know, basically the kits to build them yourself. What has been the problem with the mod for the name tags? Is I've had problems. No problems at all. It has to do with well, the problem's been the coherent GT draw issue. Is after so much time it'll start just chugging the engine. Why, I don't know, but for some reason it does seem to be the cause. It doesn't affect everybody for some reason, but it does have an effect. I have Nessie in sight in the Loch Ness. Nice. Roger that, Allison. Just absolutely beautiful scenery. Absolutely beautiful. Roger that, Dougal. Yeah, it's a non-complicated airplane. It's just, and that's probably the best type of airplane. It's fun to fly. It looks good. For the sim, it's inexpensive, and it's a joy to fly, and it has so much visibility. Roger that, Copper Pete. I don't think better is the right word. I'd say it's on par, at the very least. I'd say it has an advantage because if you look this way, you get the same amount of visibility as if you look this way. In the VL3 as a side-by-side, you're losing a lot of visibility when you look out the right side. Whereas this being a tandem seat, you have a lot of visibility to either side. So I would say it's on par. I wouldn't say that it's better. Yes, it is, Goblin. It's the brand new updated Scotland. We took off from Inverness and we're flying along the fault line southwest. But it's just a lot of fun to fly. Yes, it is. It is a default livery. For sure. It really does. It's like somebody took a military drone and made room for a pilot. I like the Model 61. Got a journey planned for that later in the year. Nice. In general, it's fine. I think I made a mistake in trying to reinstall the name tag mod because now it's kind of stuttery. So that's my fault. Because it's been running smooth. That's not good. Yeah, I hope you get it all sorted out. That's it's no bueno when you have to, do the wipe everything and start fresh. That's rough. That's not great. Ouch. And we're cruising at about 155 knots right about now. What's going to have to be done? Hopefully. Right. Just look at the scenery. And Scotland's been one of the places I've not spent a lot of time in the sim, flying around and exploring. There's definitely a lot more places in Scotland to explore. and they shall be explored. I usually do clean every year, just right on. Nice. And all of a sudden, my Mooney sounds like a Waco. They may need to do some update, or Coronado may have to do some updates. I don't know. It's a weird Coronado problem too. The sounds just kind of do weird. Nice. I mean, to be fair, the Waco sounds good. So at least there's that. Don't forget to switch tanks. And Hamster got a CTD. That's not good. Yes. So if I turn around there, you've got a filler cap there on the left and one on the right. You can actually see them both in one shot. Yeah, I'll agree to that, Waylon. So, up here soon, we'll be making a left-hand turn as Noel got a CTD. Ooh. Now, one thing Murphy taught me is if you go to your little search bar on the taskbar and look for the event manager, and you look under applications, look for anything with like a red circle with an exclamation point in it, and it'll tell you the files that caused the error and should provide an error code. And you should be able to do some sort of Googling to perhaps find out the cause of the program crash. As Captain Spitfire is now following. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. Re-engine noise. I use Windows key G and turn the FS volume down. Aha. I think it was more to do with the Mooney sounding like the Waco. I've had the Coronado sounds have a weird tendency to do strange things. So we're going to start a left-hand turn over this little hill as we begin our search for Skyfall Ranch. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Just taking out the long E's for a spin up here in Scotland. At one place. And we're currently on the lookout for Skyfall Ranch. Look at the state of this. Raisin Head's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. You've joined us here in Bonial, Scotland, flying the Long Ease. We just got a big meeting and we're doing A-OK. It is, isn't it? Kind of looks space futuristic-ish. I hope your big meeting went well, though. And it must have if you're breathing a sigh of relief. It's a progress update on a big project I've been working on. Ooh. I'm sure you've knocked it out of the park. Nothing like flying in the valley between mountains. We are up in Scotland. We're actually looking for the filming location of the Skyfall Ranch from James Bond 007 Skyfall. Touchdown Perseverance is on Mars. Nice. We took off from Inverness, flew southwest. There's the Baron. We'll eventually make our way south. Nice. I guess you could say it really persevered the trip. Hooray for science. Really lived up to its name. It's always good. Oh, it's bouncy. You know, it's a good thing that Mars doesn't have any current life on it, or they'd accuse us of littering. Littering and... Let's look at the state of the scenery. There's a G91. Raisin got he got the reference. I'm so excited I crashed. Oopsie. Not supposed to crash. So we're just going to go ahead and fly over this little set of hills. Kind of cut the corner a little bit. I expect there might be some kind of life on Mars. It's possible. Either way, we're getting to the point where all our little robots are littering. Nice. Yeah, who knows? It's kind of that's kind of the reason why we're exploring, just to see what's there. Data, they found data? Somebody tell Picard that we found him. So I think the region we're in is the Glencoe region. Yeah, they finally found it. Well, now we just got to put it back together and get them working again. It's a lot more greener here than it is on Mars. "100% Kingsman." It's just Scotland's such a neat area with all the mountains, the low valleys and the rivers and lochs and lakes. Just wish I wasn't getting this frame stuttering from the coherent GT draw. And Dougal's back. Yeah, I don't have the ability to stream in VR just yet, and I'm sure that I will be taking this up in VR without question. Only a matter of time. Some interesting trail looking thingamabobs on the bottom of that hill over there. Vetty, we're in the long E's. Good to see it, as there went a Fiat G91, and we're flying up in Scotland. It does indeed. No flaps, but it does have a speed brake. And trust me, you need the speed brake to land properly. Ooh, a pilot Peely appears. So we should be getting close to our first stop near Oban at Echo Golf Echo Oscar. Which is a neat little airport. Ooh, there goes the Waco. Yeah, this coherent GT draw's getting old really quick, as we're going to go ahead and switch tanks. Yeah, the content GTR draws, or whatever it is, we'll have to fix that when we stop. On a side note, NASA's Perseverance just landed on Mars. Matt Damon saved. Huzzah! Matt Damon. I'm Matt Damon. They can finally save Private Ryan. From Iowa. Thank goodness we're close, because this coherent GT thing is getting on me nerves. Hello everyone, sorry I'm late. You're definitely not late, Peely. There's no such thing as late. You arrived exactly when you needed to, so no worries. We are pleased in France. We have a huge camera in the Mars robot laser coming. Ooh, nice. Flight Aaron was just in the Waco doing VR around here. Wow, just seeing the fireflies about was awesome. Right? Draco's here, just got home. Awesome. We're flying into Long Ease up in Scotland today. We're about to land at Echo Golf Echo Oscar. All the flight plans are on the Discords. Roger that. So as this opens up, we get a little bit closer to our first stop of the evening. This is getting bad. It's horrible. Man, not sure what to say. It was an increase for me, so it's affected different people differently. I've heard reports of worse performance, better performance, and no change at all. What it may not look it. What I'm currently experiencing is a coherent GT draw caused by a nameplates mod. In general, it's run quite a bit smoother. So once I uninstall the name tag mods that I briefly installed, my performance will go back to what it has been the last couple of days, which has been really smooth. It just doesn't look it right now. But I've heard reports in general saying, all three, so it definitely affects everybody a little bit different. East US is not working still. It's still buggy, so we're on North Europe. So we're going to stay to the north? Yeah, ish. To the right of the airfield. To come in and land. Start dialing back the power. Raid? Where? I've been using the mugs one. I think it's been working fine for weeks. Simmons been getting it. Yeah, it is the UI mugs and the CPPR. I was having problems before I added CPPR plates, but the hidden UI mod by mugs has not agreed with my system at all lately. It is what it is. Flying Fabulous rating with a party of 74, just in time for our first landing here in near Oban. As the Flying Fabio is now following. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. Hope your flight went well. Dougal really likes the long E's. It's a great little airplane. As Morty UK is now following. Many thanks, my friend. Really appreciate it. We're going to turn the camera on for, as Murphy would say, the dramatic effect. Sven Purple 7 is now following. Many thanks. Come on, you cooperate. My dude, well, you know, he rubs off. You spend enough time with somebody, you start picking up their isms. As I missed that last one, DJ Utimo and Captain Kitten are now following. Many thanks. Do greatly appreciate it. So we're just trying to get in and land. That's Captain Kitten. So we're going to land, or at least try to land. We're dealing with a coherent GT draw issue as caused by the nameplate mods, which is really unfortunate because it's really handy having a single button to toggle the nameplates. So there's the runway. 100% ailerons. So we put the nose wheels going down. Jay Winokur's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. It certainly is. Well, let's hope I don't botch the landing with the poor frameage. Gotta leave for the night. Have a great flight. Glad to have you along, Wayland. You have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. So throttles at idle. Slowing down. And even at no frames a second, we managed to land it as a Wisconsin boy is now following. Well, many thanks from a Michigan. Words are hard. A Michigan fella. So we're down safely. It's the name tag mod, sir. It's my performance in general has been good. It's the name tag mod. The G91 is very difficult to land, in fairness. So we've got Merlin Flyer down, Brawley's in, Floyd Ricks is in, Hammy is in. What do you think of the neural update theory? I like it. I like it a lot. I missed that last one. Speednut is in as Zazran 420 is in. Both, thank you very much, both of you, for the follows. It's much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the content and the flight. Will hide me while the Fireflies get landed on runway 19er. There's Bronco. So once all the Fireflies get landed, I will restart the sim, uninstall the nameplate mod, and we'll get rolling down to Castle Kennedy. There's Fly Darren in the Waco. Drew Zeus is in. If I recall, they were in the Piaggio. I fly it too, but having the CT issue. Chilled Corky is in, as is Rad Pilot Randy. We're flying in the India Fox Echoes Rutan Long Ease. Flight 2 by having issues of the EGIC payware. Ooh. I don't reckon I have that one. So we're going to see if everybody's in. Well, there's Redman. There's Peely. So we're almost all in. Then we'll manage to get the sim restarted. Draco, I've had some CTDs yesterday. Tried to update my AMG drivers. This will be a good test. There you go. Yeah, my sim, it's... Ironically, it's been a lot more stable. It doesn't seem like it right now just because the frame drop from the UI mods. But by and large, I've actually had quite a better stability between cooperating with OBS and stuff. There's Redmen in Owako. I think we just have Peely, which there he is in the Seminole. We'll have a look quick. As folks are already getting lined up for the next takeoff, we're going to go ahead and switch to this view as we go ahead and restart the sim and get rid of that UI mod because we want good performance. Hope you're all excited for the weekend. We've got one more business day until the weekend begins. Didn't get Floyd didn't get much of an FPS increase, but G6 seems to work properly. Nice. Yeah, it's affected everyone a little bit differently here and there, depending on system specs, what you're using, and this and that. For me, it's been fine until I tried the UI mod again. So I think my system shall be much better once I get that removed, which is a shame. I really wish there was a toggle button for the nameplates, because it's so handy to just click a button and, oh, there's your nameplates. You know, especially doing group flights and so on, because it's always nice to see everybody's landing. Everybody wants to, you know, have a chance in the spotlight, as it were, and group flights and landings are probably the best you can do in a lot of ways. And, you know, they're just fun. That gets deleted. Deleted. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Da, 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 da. Because I'm getting the... Yeah, it's weird. Maybe I'm running an old version. I don't know if they've updated it recently. Yeah, I don't know what there's probably a conflict in there somewhere. I couldn't tell you where. Was graphic driver bad downloaded and so aha. Yeah, I've had to roll back my AMD drivers back to November because some of the optional upgrades for drivers just were not cooperating very well. Yes. I didn't even have I had nothing installed during the update. In fact, and even to that degree, I didn't even have the nameplates installed in the community folder to begin with. I haven't had them for a while. Oh, I got some CTD when Windows is installing something. Yeah, when Windows has an update, it's a weird, really annoying issue. I'm trying the new optional 12.2.2 because I was fine until the update. Aha. And see, I was kind of the other way around. I was somewhat unstable until the update, and it kind of stabilized itself. Which, who knows? I am no software engineer by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if there's a way to predict it, it'd be nice, but it's all kind of, you know, Russian roulette, as it were. So we're just waiting on the sim to reload. Just waiting on the sim to reload. Oh yeah. Change a lot of variables as well. Side tech yoke, now 2 panels, plus the update. What could go wrong? Yeah, for a while before the update, my things were so unstable. I was trying this, that, and the other thing. I stopped using Logitech panels. Granted, I've heard reports that those have stopped working with the new update. No other things are there, and Fireflies need to bail out. Shall return to this region again. Well, glad to have you along, Noel. Sorry to see you go, but we will catch you on the next one and in the Discord. So you take care of yourself. Have a good evening, and we'll check you later. Ooh, pardon me. Panels are working fine. I think it might have been Dougal. Yeah, no, I think I swear it's somewhere between handcrafted and not handcrafted. It's really hard to tell. North Connel. Light condition. Call it that. Here. Balance. So many fireflies. And here, we should be good to go. Flight area, thanks, code. Guess what I had delivered today? A Logitech multi-panel. It didn't work on the. Whoops. I have not tried my radio panel yet. I've kind of been afraid to, because I'd removed mine, stopped using it prior to the update, just trying to figure out whether it was causing my issues, my instability or not, and it turns out it didn't. As Citizen6 is now following over on Twitch, many thanks, my friend. Hope you enjoy the content. Multi-panel. Which one's the multi-panel? Alright, so we can go back to this. Good to meet you as well. Hope to see you in another stream. But until then, you take care of yourself, and we'll catch you. Well, hello to you too, Fly Guy. Hope you're well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Alright. Right. It has the trim setting autopilot. Aha, that one. Alright, so now the frame should be more cooperative, if I can words good. So we'll make our way down as that poor Mooney's stuck in some containers. You poor soul. That must be what Murphy's Mooney feels like. I'm getting shipped away. I have the one with the gear, lights, etc. And recently have the autopilot one as well. So far, so good. Nice. I've got the radio panel, and I had the light switch panel, but I haven't needed it with the honeycomb yoke. So I'm going to double check my weather, see if I've got the right weather loaded. Yep, it's the right one. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start making our way. If you want to tally ho, start our roll as well. I can't seem to get my radio panel working. Tried everything. Might have to wait for Logitech to do a driver update as we're up. That's really unfortunate. So we'll watch the Fireflies get airborne. Look at them all. How fast is that thing, Colonel? Holy crap. Yeah, it's... A lot of people think it's slow, but it'll easily cruise around 140, 150 knots at about 60 to 70% power. It's a hot rod. The Very Ease, which was the predecessor to this one. Did I say predecessor? The predecessor to this one was a lot slower, especially the initial version that used a converted VW engine. But the Long Ease used a more conventional aircraft motor, similar to that of the either the common Lycomings or Continentals. I think it's using a Continental. So as the Fireflies are getting airborne, we're circling the field. Does seem like most everybody's up. So we'll go ahead and turn on course. Yeah, I'm at just hitting 160 as I level out. And I start trimming. I'm back down to about 150 odd. It's one of the more finicky planes to get trimmed out, pitch-wise. But it's really quite fun to fly. Yeah, let's see. My throttle is at 67%. I didn't even mess with the mixture. Yeah, see, the frames are a lot better without the name tag mods installed. Yeah, it does okay. Has good range. I've plugged into a powered hub with individual switches, so not hard to do. Just turn it off and back on again. Oh dear, why are we nose dipping? So yeah, it has some quirks, and it can't. Hide me. It has some quirks to it. I wouldn't necessarily call them bugs. It's just with the canard design, it flies a little differently than a conventional aircraft setup. I found the need to go to individual USB ports for the panels to get the right amount of power. Ah. There's a 339. USB hubs don't work well for my setup. That's fair. Very good evening, Colonel Fork. Some great looking scenery behind you there. Absolutely, Jepson. It's nothing like Casement, but it sure does look good. We're up here in Scotland. We just flew out of Oban, or North something airport near Oban, and we're now heading up towards some airport that I totally remember the name of off the top of my head, and I'm not stalling for time. That's right. We're going to be flying over Cambeltown on our way to another one. Yes, I know all of these airports by name and heart. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, no, this is a fun airplane. It's speedy. Well, some people seem to think it's slow, but it really isn't. What's the weather like? We're running on few clouds. It's roughly 20 to 10 in the morning. Sounds like Draco's computer might need some vitamin C, as in USB Type-C. So this is definitely along the line speed-wise of a Mooney or the Seminole or the 182 or the Bonanza, the Seminole, you know, the fast GA planes. It's in that neighborhood quite easily. It gives you almost uninterrupted, yeah, 100%. The visibility is just nuts out of this thing. I haven't yet tried it in VR, but I can definitely see that it's going to be amazing. Look at that. Isn't that something? scenery is amazing. The flying by all you guys is just phenomenal. And this plane is just a lot of fun. It's definitely one of those planes that I don't think gets that much love on streams. For sure. Because I don't think I've seen anybody stream it so far. So I figured, why not? Yeah. So we have a pair of India Fox Echo aircraft here between the MB339 and the Long E's. The engine sounds are real nice. I mean, this is the kind of plane that gives you the fighter plane feel without the fighter plane cost. But it does require a bit of getting used to. Catbat loves the Halo music. Yeah, so far I haven't gotten any kind of copyright notices on it. I recall at some point in time Martin O'Donnell stating that he was releasing it to be used on videos and such, but it's just fantastic soundtrack. You can see the frames have definitely improved without the nameplates mod. I think I've got a couple from Reach, a couple from Combat Evolved, a couple from 2, a couple from 3. I haven't gotten anything from ODST in there yet. This scenery is just phenomenal. There's a Long E's doing a break. You see the fireflies back there? Just look at it. What's the old saying? Bonny old Scotland? I don't know what exactly that means, but Scotland is definitely a beautiful place. The World Update 3 has really made it look even more fantastic. I'm getting bumped. Yeah, no, it's it definitely gets bumped around quite a bit. It's a very light airplane. All things considered. Just gorgeous scenery. I do thank everyone for coming along on the flight. Hope everyone's enjoying it. Fly Darren, I just used to fly the airliners in Tidden and Murph. Knowledge, you have so much more. It's awesome to hear you, Fly Darren. GA is always at my heart. Never been into the airliners, so I'm glad to be able to share that with people, and people have gotten the bug. I'm just gonna keep dropping stuff off my desk until, you know. The wind really tosses this thing around. It's thrashing it everywhere. Look at that. So much more to see and get involved in flying low. 100%. I've often equated flying the airliners like driving a bus. I mean, sure, it can have its ups and downs and it can have its share of fun, but it's not like this. You don't get this much visibility in 320. Yeah, if you could, that would be one thing. As Draco had a GPU crash. Uh-oh. Yeah. A lot less hands-on and a lot more hands-off, and the main reason why I've ever really used an autopilot is when I'm streaming, because I'm trying to make things interesting, and having at least the course laid in and it just doing its thing does help from that aspect. But in general, hand flying is much more fun and engaging. It's just hard. It's more difficult to present hand flying than it is with autopilot. Not that that's, you know, it's not that it's either good or bad. It's just a fact more than anything. I have no photogrammetry loading very poorly. Uh-oh. It didn't bump your settings off, did it? Again? Yeah, it's weird how there have been updates where somehow it'll turn off certain settings for some people. It's really odd. DJ Utimo, why you have no trees? Settings are ultra. I got trees. They're all down there. They're just itching to become logs. All is full of trees. Yeah, I got trees. They're all down there. It's just certain spots don't have trees. I don't know. Yeah, see, trees all over the place. You could be an ultra, yeah. Uh, hmm. I don't know. Which is ironic because, um, I'm not running ultra. I'm running medium and a few high settings. Ah, no, but no worries. I was just like, but there are trees. Mild confusion, no worries. Yeah. Look at it. This would be a fun airplane to fly, no doubt about it. Keen Lafford is in. Good to see you. As Draco's doing our reboot. Only 88 days until the Eurovision. That's almost 3 months. It's almost 12 weeks. Also the clouds. I think the highest settings I have, which are on Ultra, are the trees, the grass, and the clouds. I think that's the only things I have on Ultra. Everything else is on medium, maybe high. Yeah, the water edges in the UK and in Ireland. See, now there's a spot without satellite imagery. Pardon me. Pardon me. But in both Ireland and here in the UK, the water edges are much more defined. The mountains are prouder. They just really did a phenomenal job with this. As we see another long ease. We had a few people watching it. I personally did not, because I've been doing this. But I hear things went well. Rotterdam calling. It's on, but not as we know it. So it's going to be different. Do they have to change something in the clouds? They look not so pixelated anymore. I couldn't tell you if they did or not, but I do agree they look better. Cloud dithering much better. Yes, aha. Confirmed. Our sleuths are on the case, taking care of the hard questions. So now you can see the basic info of just how the aircraft is handling. As AN225 is a great plane is now found. Many thanks, my dude. I recognize your name from Tutor Murphy's streams. Hey, look, it's all my fans. They found me. But yeah, I'm really starting to fall in love with this little airplane. Can't wait to try this thing out in VR. Because it's going to be nuts. This is the Rutan Long Ease from India Fox Echo, or India Fox Echo, I should say. Very unique plane using the canard system. More fans. Restarted the sim and all good now. Awesome. Flying with tracker. Nice. Lloyd, quite fond of the MB339. That's also a fantastic airplane. Looks like the cockpit was turned around and then you're going full reverse thrust. It is a nice plane. I need to switch fuel tanks. Starting to list to one side. So here's Cambeltown Airfield. We'll start making our turn towards the mainland and towards the sun. It's definitely, it looks like a military base, or at least at one point. Let's see. Gonna try watching the flight, but turn off multiplayer and see if I get the same result. Roger that. We are flying in Scotland. In fact, this is Cambeltown, which is Echo Golf Echo Charlie. Old war base used by U.S. Navy and RAF. Aha! It does kind of look like that. And you put the face on and it just looks like it runs up really fast to take off and jumps off a cliff to, you know, kind of like a hang glider sort of thing. That which has been seen cannot be unseen. Just starting up at Cambeltown, joining the group short. Awesome. Can't wait to have you along. There is nose gear. It's just retracted, as Annalisa has just subscribed, just jumping in for a couple of minutes between doing chores. Awesome looking plane. Thanks for that, Annalisa. Many, many thanks. I do appreciate it. It is a fun little airplane. Hopefully we can convince Murph to take it out for a spin one of these days. 99 Owl. Hello, I'm trying to join you. One of Mercer. I remember your name from chat. We just flew over Cambeltown. EGEC Echo Golf Charlie, or Echo Golf Echo Charlie, on our way to Castle Kennedy in Scotland. We're on the North Europe server. That would be pretty awesome to see you both flying that. Absolutely. Was RAF... Oh dear. Macrinish? Hope I didn't butcher that too badly. Now, one thing that would have been neat for them to add for this, and I think Echo Fox India could probably still do it, is there is a cargo pod that you can get for this and put it underneath the fuselage and maybe even under the wings. I don't recall specifically, but it is available, I believe. Let's see, it gets communicated where we should take over a small airport and have a pancake breakfast in real life. 100%. I completely agree. I think that's why we're having or part of the reason why we're planning on the big meetup in Oshkosh in 2022. Macrinish. See in front of me, I'm in an icon. Nice. The icon may be a bit slow. Ooh, dip. Macrinish. There we go. See, I'm learning. Look at this. Just look at this, though. Now, from a certain angle, this almost looks like some sort of evil bird without a tail and a weird hat. But yeah, so the nose gear is tucked up right in there. It goes up and down via a crank right to the right of it. That little window is how you tell whether it's down and locked or not. Like a shark bird, yes. It could be an evil pigeon. It is gray. Sim could definitely do with a few more float planes, 100%. I mean, we have the Goose, the Icon A5, and the Bird Dog at the minute, but there definitely needs to be more amphibious planes available. Sure, they'll come in time. Look, if it was a real bird, it would look like this. Yeah, it's definitely a fun little airplane, and I don't think it gets near enough the attention that it really deserves, because it's quite fun. It's not super overpowered, but it's not sluggish either. Has phenomenal visibility. It's probably its biggest flaw is just the pitch sensitivity. But I'm not going to pin that on the flight dynamics as far as the developer, or I'd probably just put it on the canard physics or the canard flight dynamics more than anything for its twitchiness. But I mean, it is what it is, and it just takes some getting used to. This camera angle makes it seem we're going around. Well, we are going about 140 knots indicated, 145-ish, which is not slow by any stretch of the imagination. And we're at roughly 60% power. Kind of does, doesn't it, Kingsman? Dun 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 dun. Copyright. But yeah, it's a good little airplane. If we don't hit 100 likes in 10 seconds, I'm blowing backwards to try to catch up in the Waco. Oh boy. Yeah, the Waco is fantastic, but it is not fast. Now, imagine this, painting this up in a two-tone Murphy kind of scheme. Wouldn't that be something? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Or even a Colonel Fork 85 scheme. All you need is an ejector seat and a parachute, and you're all sorted. Yeah. Gibbo! Land a ho! Look at that shot. Is that not nuts or what? So we need to turn a bit to the left. Marvel saying things must go to bed. Working tomorrow. Well, you take it easy there, Goblin. Rest well. And have a good work day tomorrow. And we'll catch you on the next one for sure. It really is. Yeah, it's definitely got quite the wingspan. And you get so much visibility, it's just unreal. Yes, we are landing at Castle Kennedy, which I believe is Echo Golf Uniform Zulu. Breaker left. I think we had a few people in here that did. I did not. I was streaming at the time. Just look at that. Yeah, you can definitely see here where the coast is a bit more defined than a lot of coast is. He has joined us. Oop, there's a little bit of bump. We got a couple of long eases coming in. I need Murph's aviators going into the sun. Absolutely. That's why I turned the camera back on you guys. I finally got it managed to be trimmed. No. Definitely not the Ivory Coast ones. This was... Well, I don't think it could fly it in reverse, and helicopters don't work well upside down. Nope, there's a bump. Just getting over land. So we're almost over the airfield. We'll overfly. Was well impressed with the PA-24. Yes, yeah, it was nice. I'm definitely partial more to Cessnas than I am the Pipers, but everyone has their preference, which is just fine. I may end up picking up the PA-28 when released. The Spitfire is definitely the priority, though. So there's an airfield down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly out, make a left-hand turn, and come in this way. Once I get down and landed and stopped, I'll get out to record the landings of the Fireflies. This is definitely a no-frills airfield. So we're going to go ahead and get back in the cockpit, lower power, face cam on for traumatic effect. Now there is that airport over there, but we're not going to land because we don't want to. So we've got the power down. If it would work with my headphones, I would. So there's the runway we want. So we're going to put the speed brake out. And yes, it does have a speed brake. It's a real quiet airplane. I know, there is a Spitfire. Yeah, we definitely need some 109s. Scuttlebutt says that there is at least one in the works. Yes. Definitely with this livery more akin to a fin. So put in a little bit of throttle, and it helps smooth out the landing. Power off. We'll float. I forgot the nose gear. So if you're flying, you are in fact flying the well, on the upside, it could have been worse. It's not a complete loss, so we're gonna forget about this. It was otherwise a fantastic landing. Get into the... No, that's not the one. We want the camera. Zoom the speed. Close it out. Yeah, just put a skid plate on there. Yeah, checklists. That's why we have checklists. So the runway is open. Will hide me. And 225 is going to call it a night. Hope you enjoyed the flight and the stream. We'll catch you next time. You take it easy. There's Cap at 9 in. There's Fly Darren. Or, excuse me, Floyd Rixby. I'll get it. That's a Baron of Red, Pilot Randy with Warhamster in tow. Don't forget your nose gear, Hammy. And Dougal with a CT2. Oh no. Is that right, Hamster? 6 foot per minute. Nice. Draco, so far so good for me, but I have multiplayer turned off. There's Pilot Peely in a Seminole. Hammy says, I've peaked, no more FS 2020. Well, you've got to beat my 1 foot per minute landing at some point. There's a Caravan of Jepson 2001. There's Fly Darren in the Waco. Who else we got coming in? It looks like Cap. Let's see, we got Redman, Growly, WB. There's Bouncing Baz. Chilled Corky are in. Bound. Rickard tells me I hit the water the other night. Oh dear. So there's Chilled Corky and a Baron. I had a good landing. just forgot something. In fact, it even said that I had a fairly decent landing. And it's still 57 foot a minute. It's pretty nice. It just would have been better if I had remembered the nose gear. That's very fair. We have a couple more folks coming in. Speaking of, there's Redmen. There's Count Zepp. Oh, he's binned it. And WB 1990 in the Waco. Bye, Darren's away. You have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. There's Grawley. We'll catch Grawley, and then we'll restart the old simulator. You take care, Fly Darren, and we'll definitely catch it. Nice long E's. And he remembered the nose gear. Fantastic. Well, that was a bit topsy-turvy. Yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and restart the old simulator. We'll switch to this screen. Hit a couple of buttons. 99 hours off as well. You take care. Glad to have you along. Hope you enjoyed the flight. We'll catch you next time. Almost finished Epic Journey number 2, Tour of the Six Nations. Next Epic Journey is Tour of Africa. Ooh, nice. So we're restarting the old simulator. Pardon me. Let's see. Can't say that I'm upset about doing this flight again after a CTD. I get to see this. Well, there you go. See, you found a silver lining, and that's always important. You know, you can't always be stuck on what went wrong. You found some things that went well. Echo Golf Uniform Zulu. It should be Castle Kennedy. From here, we're going to make our way to Newcastle. No. No problem, Dougal. Don't worry about this song. It won't last long. Here's a link to my Discord. And say no to that one too. We already listened to that one. We'll go with this one. A Pete. So I think I'm going to start putting all the flight plans in a single unzippable file instead of downloading a bunch of plans individually. You'll get them all in one little package. And for those of you that are liking the Spitfire and want to, or have any interest in some combat flight simulation, Mr. Jay Winokur has been stepping his toes into some IL-2 action. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in any kind of combat flight simulation. If anything, he has his VODs on the Twitch channel. He also plays games like Ground Branch, or as I like to call it, Tree Limb. Just ignore his landings. He's learning. We're teaching him how to fly a little bit better. But by all means, check out his channel. It's a nice chilled atmosphere. Give him some love on Twitch. Hopefully, once we start getting some spits and fast jets and whatnot, we'll be able to get Mr. Winokur over here in the world of MSFS from time to time. Yeah, we'll definitely keep our ears to the ground for any P-40s in development for MSFS. Pilot P is calling it an evening. You're all good, my friend. There's no such thing as late. You arrived when you could and needed to. You take care, and we'll definitely catch you next time. Aha! Gotcha. Tracking. Tracking like an 8-track. Alright, so we're going to switch back to that camera view. Turn that back on. So, I'm going to start this bad boy back up. Get our fuel set for the flight. And beacon, we'll turn on nav and strobe. And good engine start. Go ahead and close the canopy, get the avionics on. And there's no parking brake. So we're gonna start rolling. We're just gonna cut across the grass to the air. Well, yeah, we're just gonna cut across the grass. Best be back to your chores before you hit the hay. Good night and all the awesome pilots. Glad to have you, Annalisa. Hope you're well. Hope you keep well. Good luck with your chores. And we will see you tomorrow, hopefully. You take care of yourself. See, it can be fun in this. If you taxi fast enough, you can pop a wheelie. But this thing can taxi real fast. Oh, Hammy's going for gusto. You as well, Annalisa. You be safe as well. There's the afterburners. So we'll go ahead and get rolling. About the smoothest takeoff I've had. So we retract the nose gear. Although I'm going to go ahead and... Uh-oh. Freaked out to Sim. Turn off the nameplates real fast. So we're back on the road again, as it were. Go ahead and hide me. More hamster checked out the live weather, and it's a big old nope. Yeah. Getting on that magenta line. Scenery up here has been fantastic, though. Still trying to find that magenta line. But look at the scenery, though. More fans. Neat. Well, it's just a neat design of an airplane. Light touches. Very, very light touches. She is bouncy today. Well, yeah, we should probably not hit the mountain. So we're gonna trim her up just a bit. Hopefully gain a little bit of altitude. Just need to climb a little bit higher. Made it to UZ and no problems. Are there some multiplayer settings I'm missing that it's freaking out? I shouldn't be. If there are, I'm not fully aware of them. Just look at the scenery. We got a Strike Eagle coming in. Go ahead and switch tanks. I wonder if there's a button. No, that's off. You stupid thing. No, why are you doing that? Thank you. Okay, if I have one complaint about about the long easy or the long ease, the fuel selector, it's a little odd duck. Look at that. Ooh, bouncy, bouncy. See, the longies kind of looks like something you could attach to the back of the F-15 and release it. But multiplier on name times off, we shall see. Roger that. Well, we're on our way direct to Newcastle. Oh dear. Oh no. And there goes Hammy. Or making our way over. Now, I don't know where the border is between the UK and Scotland. So I couldn't honestly say if we're over northern Britain by now or if we're still over southern Scotland. But either way, we're on our way to Newcastle. And the lovely little longies. I'll keep an eye on the map and let you know. Not far. Roger. Gotta bail? No. You take care. Happy to have you along. And I had a CTD. Well, that's a first. Somebody did a thing. Well, that was odd. I wonder. What does this have to say about it? Error. PC runtime. Oh yeah, I love SWAT cats. That was great. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was heavily modified. If I remember correctly, it even had 3 engines. It was a classic, man. Nice. Yeah, the 90s were kind of... The 80s were prime for kind of more on the edge stuff, like violent stuff. The 90s kind of started kicking into gear where it was real hit and miss. A lot of people in the 90s didn't like violence and things. It was just like... I mean, I grew up with the classic Looney Tunes from the 40s into the 60s. But whatever. Is what it is. Oh yeah, Batman the Animated Series. Phenomenal show. It was dark in a way, but it was still very detective-y and still good for kids. So very odd that, yeah. But no, that was phenomenal. Not seeing any. There we go. Rival. Start there. Meet up with the old fireflies in the air. Go past that. Call it there. Okay. Left when I hear that games or whatever cause violence. I mean, it's not like there wasn't violence before. Rock music or slapstick songs. Yeah. You should pay a visit to Karen Abbas at some point on your travels around the UK, assuming the satellite data. I'll look into it for sure. Karen Abbas. Karen Abbas. Yes. The thing at the place. Alright, so load it in. That. Alright, we'll go back to that. Oh dear, where am I going? I'm circling away. That's a bug. You don't see that every day. Just a parked floating bomb. Ha! I kind of figured as much. So I'm taking off at Echo Golf Whiskey India. I'll catch up with the Fireflies soon after departure. Oh, that doesn't connect real well, does it? Probably would have been easier to take off on this runway, but well. It's haunted, huh? Well, don't threaten me with a good time. Well, sorry for losing all the fireflies, but it seems that we're up at it again. Draco has me in sight. Awesome. Shouldn't be too far away. Roger that. Haha, I got fireflies in sight. Huzzah. So we're almost to Newcastle. So it's fantastic scenery here in the UK and with Ireland as well. So we've got big plans for Sunday's stream. A little more dialing in of it to do. So be sure to keep an eye on the Discord channel, whether mine or Murphy's, for the plan. I got a few more ducks to line up for it. I need to get the... Yes, it's phenomenal. And be sure to explore the new hangar for the Easter egg. Aha! Yeah, it's done such a great job on it. Definitely a bit of a passion project between him and Murph. Just look at the scenery. Just don't even have the full vocabulary to express how just beautiful things are. And to be able to share it with everyone is just icing on the cake. Uh-oh. There's another CTD. What the deuce is going on? That's two and not that long from each other. VC runtime. It could very possibly be. It's according to the event viewer, it's related to the VC runtime 140.dll. So whatever that could be. We'll get her started again. Tournament. Good night. Glad to have you along there, Randy. Hope you keep well, and we'll catch you tomorrow. You take care of yourself. It's possible, but I don't have much installed in this neck of the woods for the UK. Yeah, it's possible. for kicks and giggles, we'll look at this. There is a Windows Security Intelligence update for Microsoft Defender antivirus installed. So that's now in. Aha! I see what you mean there, Hammy. Didn't Murphy have the same issue with that app that shows us? He did, but he also needed it updated, and mine is as up to date as it can get. I've closed it just in case, but we'll see. I think he was on an older version at the time because he's been using it the last couple of streams. And Draco just had another AMD or GPU crash. Oh dear. Well, this part of the England doesn't really like us much, does it? We'll set use departure. Departure. Midday. Weight and balance. It's really it's extra annoying because it's just like we're almost there, and then it's just like nah. Guess so. Yeah, today it's just been. I've looked it up the air before because in Event Viewer it's related to the VC runtime 140.dll, which is a system file. I've done some reading on it before. It could be related to even like Corsair IQ software, or it could be any number of things. It could just be corrupted. I don't know. Something to look into because it's been fine up until this leg of the trip, which is really weird. For all I know, they're just doing something on the back end that affects that thing or that file, and it just kind of does goofy stuff. I don't know. You know, maybe I just don't have a particular C++ update that I need, and that's it. And so far, Newcastle itself seems to be okay. So we'll get down. We may forego the landings just to, or we'll see how it goes. But we're going to pull back on power. We're going to turn that light off because why was it on to begin with? Ron, it could even just be as simple as OBS being stupid. So, running, so. Draco, double check your the event viewer and see if it gives you a detail, if it's the EXE or if it's something to do with the AMD software, because that could very easily be it as well. Okay, this time we're remembering the nose gear. If you go to the classic control panel, it might give it to you there. It's literally just called the event viewer. I'll see if I can find the instructions after the stream. But I think if you type in the Windows search thing and just type in event viewer, it should find the program. Got it. Sweet. And then you go under where it says Windows logs. That'll expand, and you want to look at applications. And look for anything that's a little red circle with an exclamation point on it. And it should give you a rundown of what's going on. More logs. So some dinguses hanging out at the end of the runway. No worries. And touchdown. And we got a third squeak because of the nose gear. Haha. We'll make our way to the GA parking. I don't believe is here. Aha, so you're having the same issues that I'm having. My screen will black out, pause for a little while, and then go back. That's not GPU related. So one thing I'm going to be looking up is if I need to update C++ or some other library. Good night, Kingsman. You have a good evening. You rest well, and we'll catch you the next time. Hope you keep well. Right. Yeah, I don't reckon I use FreeSync. Alright, so we're here. We're all parked up. I mean, that could do it, but I'm not running FreeSync, so that's hard to say. Yeah, I can't pin it to FreeSync, so take that with a grain of salt. But either way, thank you all so very much for flying along with me. It's been fantastic, even with a couple of hiccups on this last leg. Happy that you enjoyed it, Catbat. I've been learning to enjoy it. I had gotten it a while ago, but I hadn't spent much time on it, and it's a nice, fun little airplane. But regardless, thank you all very much for. I'll get the words out. Thank you all very much for coming with me on the flight tonight and hanging out in the chat. Even those that are simply lurking in the background. It all means quite a bit to me. I hope you all keep well and stay safe. So until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.